The Carl Jung principle that instantly earns you respect from narcissists. What I'm about to reveal could permanently change the way narcissists interact with you. This isn't just surface-level advice. It's rooted in the deep psychological wisdom of Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in modern psychology. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with a powerful phrase, and more importantly, the mindset that empowers it, a mindset that can instantly shift your dynamic with any narcissist. But first, let's look at what usually goes wrong. You've probably been there. Someone talks over you, dismisses your feelings, or makes you feel like your emotions are irrelevant. And how do most people respond in that moment? They either lash out in anger or go completely silent. Sadly, both reactions only strengthen the narcissist's grip and feed their hunger for control. But Carl Jung saw it all through a completely different lens. He once said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." Jung realized something most people miss. Narcissists aren't just manipulative or difficult by nature. They're acting from a place of deep emotional pain and insecurity. And every interaction with them is a kind of test. They're silently watching, waiting to see if you'll play into their hands and reinforce their illusion of superiority. Now, here's a truth that might shift your entire perspective. Narcissists aren't always out to destroy you. What they really crave is control. And once you grasp that difference, everything changes. Carl Jung spoke of the shadow self, the hidden side of our personality that we deny, suppress, or reject and then unknowingly project onto others. This is where narcissists live, in that shadow. When you react emotionally to their provocations, you're handing them exactly what they're after, proof that they control your inner world. Carl Jung believed the unconscious mind runs on patterns, and narcissists are masters at exploiting those patterns. They gravitate toward people who either surrender to their control or get tangled in their emotional storms. So how do you break this cycle? It starts with one simple, powerful phrase: starting today, I'm done having these kinds of conversations with you. Now, let's unpack why this works so well. Jung taught that every behavior has a purpose, a psychological need it's trying to meet. And for narcissists, that need is external validation. They feed off your emotional energy, whether it's your frustration, your tears, or even just your focused attention. When you speak this phrase, you're not adding fuel to their fire. You're not pleading, debating, or hoping they'll change. You're stepping completely out of the game. This approach mirrors what Carl Jung called individuation, the journey of becoming your whole, authentic self by breaking free from toxic emotional loops. And this one sentence works for three powerful reasons. 1. It's final. You're not explaining. You're not inviting a discussion. You're setting a boundary, clear and firm. 2. It severs their power source. Narcissists thrive on emotional reactions. You're offering nothing. No fuel. No drama. Just silence and self-respect. 3. It declares psychological sovereignty. You're owning your inner world, regardless of how they behave. But here's the catch. If you say the words without standing in the energy behind them, they'll know. Narcissists are attuned to energy, not just language. Carl Jung reminded us, the unconscious doesn't respond to what we say, but to what we feel beneath the words. If you're still angry, afraid, or unsure, they'll feel it, and they'll keep playing the same game. This isn't about pretending to be confident or putting on a tough front. It's about real closure. It means you've truly reached a place where you're no longer willing to spend your emotional energy on conversations that wound you. Now, here's what often happens next, and it might surprise you. The narcissist may panic. Carl Jung referred to this as the collapse of the false self. When their usual manipulation no longer works, many will lash out, or try to pull you back in through guilt or emotional hooks. They might accuse you of being cold, unfair, or impossible to reason with. But don't be fooled. That's not truth. It's their unconscious, trying to re-establish the old dynamic. If you stand your ground, something remarkable happens. Jung found that, when one person steps out of a toxic pattern and refuses to engage, the other is forced to either change or walk away. And the beauty is, either way, you win. Your peace remains intact. Some narcissists will attempt to adjust their behavior. Others will disappear entirely. But no matter how they respond, the pattern is broken, because you've stopped playing the part they depended on. And this leads us to a much deeper transformation, what Carl Jung called the death of the compliant self. That part of you that once stayed silent for the sake of harmony. The version of you that believed love meant enduring pain or disrespect. You may have picked up early in life that keeping the peace was more important than protecting your own well-being. But Jung taught something powerful. We repeat emotional patterns, even the painful ones, until we become conscious of them. So here's the full framework. First, understand that narcissists depend on your engagement to feel powerful. Second, realize your reactions, good or bad, are what keep their behavior alive. Third, make your boundary clear. Say it with full conviction. Starting today, I'm done having these kinds of conversations with you. And finally, the most important step of all, become the person who no longer accepts disrespect, no matter how others respond. That's when everything changes, not just with narcissists but within you. Jung called this a conscious choice, the decision to step out of old, unconscious patterns and refuse to play a role in them, even when you're being pulled back in. And when you start living with that kind of clarity and self-respect, something powerful happens. Narcissists stop targeting you, not because you won the fight, but because you're no longer affected by their game. You've taken away the one thing they need most, your emotional reaction. Remember Jung's profound words, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. This isn't about shutting people out. It's about becoming so rooted in your true self, that only those who honor your energy are welcome to stay in your life. So here's your phrase one last time. Starting today, I'm done having these kinds of conversations with you. Practice it. Feel it in your body. Live it. And watch how your entire world begins to shift. If this message resonated with you, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this reminder today. There's real power in reclaiming your peace, and you absolutely deserve it.